everyone, this is Edouard. Hello producers, cisducers, multiple verse deucers. Hello little dicky deucers. Today I'm going to answer maybe one of the most requested questions on this channel, and this mysterious person is going to tell you the question.
Can you show us how to make a full track on FL Studio?
Yes. So today I will focus on showing you how to make the verse and the drop of a chill style track. To do so, I'm going to use the Captain plugin version 2. It's a new VST plugin suite made by Mixed in Key, especially made for music composition. So Captain plugin 2 features 3 plugins. Captain chords allows you to create and tweak chords easily. Captain deep will create your bass line, and Captain melody will help you create cool melodies. Yes. So all 3 plugins connect together and are a tool to help you compose your track from the beginning to the end. Also today we are getting a world exclusive look at the beta version of the plugin, which will be made available on Windows in the next weeks and on Mac in the near future. Also, it's good to mention that all these plugins require an active connection to the internet in order to work. So let's go! First, Captain Chords will show you this window. You can choose the key of your track and which scale you want. Now I'm on the main screen, and as you can see, I can choose a chord progression out of a wide range of already made chord progressions, so it makes it very easy for any beginner to get started with a track. So let's choose a nice chord progression. You can also preview the chord progression by just clicking on them. I will choose this one. Nice! If you don't like the sound, Captain Chords comes with a set of presets that you can use then further in your track. So let's see. So now let's say I want to make the chords shorter, so I can just drag here and I can make them shorter, and it's done. You can put your chords higher or lower with an octave slider. It's pretty nice. So let's try it that way. And it's pretty cool because it inverts the chords for you. It makes your job easier as a producer, It will optimize the chords so that it sounds the way you want. You can decide on the rule it uses. So let me try the first inversion. So I like this option because it will try to minimize the leap between your chords, and it sounds pretty nice that way. Let's add some effects on top of it. So if you want your chords to sound a bit more natural, you can turn the strum option a bit up, like this. And so I have access to this beta version, which features a new knob called Space. It's pretty cool. It allows you to make your notes shorter in an easy way. For example, cheat codes, they start their tracks with shorter notes and a very linear tempo, and then they start adding some groove, and that's what we are going to do in the next step. If you want, you can make the chords more complex just by adjusting the complexity slider here, and if you want, you can add a 7th flavor. So Captain Chords can detect which chords you are playing on your MIDI keyboard while you are playing. I think it's a good way to learn about which chords are what. So I'm going to play a few chords. Now I want my groove to be a bit more interesting for the beginning of the track, so I will explore the rhythm options. So let me try. This one is cool. I will drag it and drop it onto my instruments here, and boom! You have your chord progression. So now I've put my chord progression into my DAW and I can choose whatever synthesizer I like. Let's browse through the parameters. Now next step is to add a bass, and for this I'm going to use Captain Deep. It connects automatically to the Captain chords and it creates a bass line for you, so it's pretty easy to use. You can also tweak the shape and the rhythm if you want. So let me choose the rhythm and I will choose the French preset because I like France and because France won the World Cup. Bravo la France! And I'm simply going to drag and drop this onto my bass. Just making the notes a bit longer for the bass. Now I'm adding the gross beat. I will just put an automation on the gross beat in order not to have any sidechain in the beginning of the track. So after 20 seconds I will start the bass. So for the next part of the verse I want to add the kick drum and I want to have some sidechain in this part. I recommend you guys use a low pass on the kick drum in this part. I will use the Tom low pass filter. Hello Tom, if you're watching, I love your low pass filter. Create an automation on the cutoff of the low pass. I will increase the frequency of the low pass right here and I will stop the kick drum right before the drop part. And boom, here we have the drop. And now I'll create a little melody for this part. So I will use a nice plug for this one. If the melody is not dope enough, just add more notes, it will sound better. And very important, let's add a little fill right before the drop. Also in the beginning of your track you want your kick to have a lower velocity, so you can just go to the kick and select all the notes played by the kick, Ctrl A, and then Alt and scroll wheel in the direction of the bottom of the screen. Now let's jump to the drop part. If If you want to make something in the style of cheat codes, you have to make the groove a bit faster. And Captain Chords make this easy. You can just click on your chords, copy and paste the chords into the chorus section, paste. Boom, we have the chords and I can work on the chorus section. So I will tweak the rhythm part here. I like the Venice one. Venice. Venezia. Venezia, mi amore. I will drag and drop these into my instruments. And I will put the chords for the drop here. Now I'm going back to Captain Deep in order to create my bass line. I will try a few different shapes for this one. I want to follow the chords, and now let's see a few different grooves. So the Venice one is also cool for the bass, so I will drag it and drop it onto my bass and onto my sub. And finally, let's add some drums in the drop and let's put a nice crash to introduce the drop. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot to Mixed in Key for sending me this cool plugin. I think it's great for both beginners and experienced producers. It's really cool to get started with a track. If you have no idea at all on how to start your track, you definitely have to try a few presets in order to get the rhythm that you want. A great thing that I like is you can create the bass line automatically. This plugin is compatible with FL Studio and Ableton on Windows, and FL Studio, Ableton and Logic Pro on Mac. You can download the FL Studio project at the link in the description below. Make sure to check out the Captain plugins by Mixed in Key. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Thank you for watching this video. Have fun producing, and of course, see you in the next video, producer and cisducer and multiducer.